Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're here to talk about FC Barcelona on this Saturday, November 22nd. Let's dive straight into the team's schedule because today is match day, of course, for FC Barcelona. The game kicks off this afternoon at 4:15 p.m. against Bilbao. We'll talk about this match, and of course, today is a celebration day for Barça fans as we're back at Camp Nou. As we know, the stadium now has a capacity of about 45,000 seats, and it's finally time for Barça to play at home again. It's going to be a big celebration this afternoon, but of course, for the party to be perfect, a victory is crucial. Next up, there's a trip to Chelsea on Tuesday for the Champions League, then a home match again next week on the 29th. Looking at the front pages of Mundo Deportivo and Sport today, both are highlighting this return home to Camp Nou. The first and second levels of the stadium will be open, but the third tier is still under construction. Mundo Deportivo calls it a return home, and indeed it is a historic moment for Barcelona fans. The players will be wearing the special home kit today with a badge that says "Back Home," a small touch to mark this return. Now let's take a look at Barca's past performances at their temporary home, Montjuïc. Over the last 2.5 years, 57 matches were played there with a pretty good record, 43 wins, 5 draws, and only 9 losses, scoring 155 goals while conceding 66. Not bad at all. But when we compare it to Barca's performance at Camp Nou before the move, there were 34 wins, 11 draws, and 12 losses in the last 57 matches. The stats are much better at Camp Nou, so now the goal is to turn it back into the fortress it once was, making it the 12th man for Barça in every home match. Regarding this return to Camp Nou, Joan Laporta called it a historic day, saying, "At the end of this year, we'll obtain License 1C, referring to the stadium's renovation process. For now, they have License 1B with a capacity of 45,000, and they're aiming for 60,000 by the start of next year. So, with this in mind, it's an important day for Barça, but the victory today is key for their La Liga campaign." Let's move on to the press conference with coach Hansi Flick. He's obviously happy to be back at Camp Nou, acknowledging it as a historic moment for the team. He talked about some players, saying Lamine Yamal is fit and ready for today, as he's been working hard and looked good in training. However, there's a big question mark over Rashford, who has been out with a fever and might not be available this afternoon. He is expected to return against Chelsea on Tuesday. Flick also commented on Lamine Yamal's injury recovery, saying it was the right decision for him to skip the last 2 matches with Spain, as it's important for him to rest and recover fully. The team's mood is positive, and Flick is confident about the return to Camp Nou, as it was a very emotional training session 2 weeks ago with many fans present. The support from the fans will be crucial as they are closer to the pitch than at Montjuïc, and their energy will certainly help the team. When asked about how the team will manage without Jong and Pedri, Flick said that the team is well prepared, and he's confident they'll find a way to cover for their absence. We're still waiting for Pedri's return, but Flick emphasized that there's no pressure on him to return too soon. As for today's match against Bilbao, Flick mentioned that it's important to put pressure on Real Madrid, who play tomorrow evening. If Barça wins today, they can close the gap of just 3 points, so the pressure will be on Madrid. He also acknowledged other teams like Villarreal and Atletico Madrid, who are closely behind Barça in the standings. Moving on to the expected starting lineup, with no De Jong or Pedri available, Flick will rely on other midfielders to fill in. The most likely lineup includes Joan Garcia in goal, with Eric Garcia and Koundé in defense alongside Balde, and midfielders like Casado, Dani Olmo, and Fermin Lopez. In attack, we expect Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, and Lamine Yamal. There may be slight changes, but this looks like the starting lineup. Dani Olmo, who made a great first impression at Montjuïc, is likely to start at Camp Nou today. He scored in his first match at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, and we're excited to see what he can do today. Hopefully he'll score or assist. Either would be great. On the Bilbao side, coach Ernesto Valverde commented on how Nico Williams might be received by Camp Nou fans, given his summer transfer saga. Williams knows the reception won't be easy, and fans may not have forgotten that he chose to stay at Bilbao despite being close to joining Barça. It will be interesting to see how he handles the atmosphere today. As for the referee, Jose Maria Sanchez Martinez will be in charge of the match. There were some doubts about his decisions in previous games, so it'll be interesting to see how he handles the game today. Lastly, regarding the honorary kickoff, it was announced that Ronaldinho was supposed to be the one to take the ceremonial kickoff, but he's unable to attend due to personal commitments in Brazil. His brother Roberto will represent him at the stadium instead. That's all for today's update. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll meet again tomorrow for a debrief of today's match. Have a great day and see you tomorrow.